Let's take a look at our calendar. We are in the month of March. March starts with a capital M because it's the name of a month. And yesterday was Wednesday, today is Thursday, March 18th, 2021. Now if we look closely at our calendar card, we can see that our hour hand, our shorthand, is pointing to the 11. That tells us the hour. The minute hand is pointing to the 12. That means it's o'clock. So our time on our analog clock is 11 o'clock. So let's write that down. So 3-18, so March 18th, we have an analog clock. And our time is 11 o'clock. So my hour comes first, and then my minutes, which are 0 or o'clock. From 12 o'clock all the way around to 11 o'clock is exactly 11 hours. All right. Okay, so let's spin for our dimes, nickels, and pennies for week 3. So I spun, I landed on 1 nickel and 2 pennies. So we know a nickel is worth 5 cents. A penny is worth 1 cent. So I have 5, 6, 7, right? 5 plus 2 more is 7. So let's add it. 5, 6, 7. And now let's add it to our graph. So I'm going to add another nickel, and then I'm going to add 2 more pennies. So you can see by looking at our graph that we have 10 dimes, we have 10 nickels, and we have 10, 11, 12, 13 pennies. Let's color in another day of school. And we can take a look at our chart. We know this is one group of 100. We know this is 2 groups of 10, so 10, 20, 2 groups of 10, and 2 ones. We have been in school for 122 days. So we could write that 100 plus 20 plus 2. Okay, we could write 100 plus 22. We could also write that as 121 plus 1 more. Lots of different ways we can write 122. Today is March 18th, 2021. So our digital date is 3-18-21. Okay, so Think 10. This is our new game for today, or for the rest of March, I should say. So if you take a look, you can see a 10 frame here and a 10 frame here. So we have 2 10 frames, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 5 and 5, right? 5 across on the top, 5 across on the bottom. So 2 10 frames. So this is what we're going to do. It's called Think 10 because when we're adding 2 numbers together, we want to see if we can make a 10 to make our addition easier. So you'll see what I mean. So in this little container here, I have 2 dice and they're numbered 4 to 9. So they only have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on each die, okay? So we're gonna shake them and take a look. Okay, so I have a 4 and I have a 9. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up my first 10 frame, okay, well, actually, let me write down what we had. So we had a 9 and we had a 4. And it doesn't matter which order. Remember the commutative property, those numbers flip back and forth. Okay, so we had 9 and 4. So I'm going to take my blue squares and I'm going to fill in my 10 frame with 9 blue squares. Okay. So there's 8, and then I need one more to make a 9. All right, so there's my number 9. Now I'm going to use my red squares and I'm going to fill in my second 10 frame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 9 plus 4 more. Well, we call this Think 10 because an easy way to add is when we make a 10 first, okay? Because 9 plus 4 can also be, now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one of my squares from the 4 and move it up here. Now I've made a 10 and I have 3 left. 10 plus 3 is easier to add than 9 plus 4, right? Because that 10, we know we're just adding to the ones place. So 9 plus 4, 9, 10, 11, 12 equals 13. But 10 plus 3 also equals 13. Okay, so what you did was you made a quick 10. You just took 1 from the 4, whoop, and you moved it over to the 9 to make a new group of 10. So that's what Think 10 is going to be. We're going to practice doing this for the rest of March to get our brains thinking about when you're adding two numbers, can you make that quick 10 to make it a quick addition sentence for you? So 9 plus 4 is the same as 10 plus 3. You just made a quick 10.